no matter the location. From O-A-K-L-A to LV, I'm a Raider.
First super chat coming in here is from Bo. What up, Bo? Appreciate the $1.99. Get a picture. Will Joyner win comeback player of the year? I'm going to give this one 0 Chucky heads just because I think Joyner's a good player, but that doesn't normally go to a player who I think it normally goes to a quarterback who is suffering an injury. So I could see maybe if like a Cam Newton ended up coming back. I'm trying to think of some other quarterbacks. I don't think Drew Brees might even be able to win it if he plays a full 16-game season and they really get carried. However, Joyner to me just does not seem very likely to win comeback player of the year because, well, he's coming back from a bad season. He's not really coming back from an injury. We did get another super chat. This one's from Rebel4444. How can we get John Ross to pair with Henry Ruggs? Well, to get John Ross, you'd have to end up making a move. I think John Ross is a fun player, and you're not the first person to ask me, could we pair John Ross with Henry Ruggs and have the fastest team in the NFL? My only thing is, like, do we really want John Ross on our roster at this current moment? And the reason why I say that is we have Tyrell. We have the slot with Hunter Renfrow. Do I think he'd be an upgrade over Nelson Aguilar? Maybe. The issue with John Ross simply is this. He just can't stay healthy. And when he is healthy, sure, he adds an element of being able to be dynamic. But does he really fit our offense? That I'm not 100% sure in. We got Bruce Willis watching today's show. Wow, appreciate it. Oh my God, nobody knows what movie ZJ comes out on. So the movie, if you guys didn't see, is from, nobody knows. It's from Super Troopers. So it's basically a scene where the guy's like, you want a ZJ? And he says yes or no. If you don't know what it is, you can't afford it. Bruce Willis, it costs more though than $2.99. We got another super chat rolling in here from Stephen Williams. Much appreciated. Please trade Lamarcus Joyner and a first and a fourth for Jamal Adams. Please. He is worth it. So I love Jamal Adams, and I think he is a very good player. And when I look at reports, the Jets want at least a first and a third-round pick. The issue with this is like a first and a fourth. Obviously, I don't really think will be enough for Adams, but if we're trading Joyner a first and a fourth for Adams, I would probably do it. I just don't know if the Jets honestly do it because Adams is still a very young player, and Joyner is literally coming off his worst season. So for me, I don't really believe in selling a player for that low, especially when we've already paid him as much money as we have. I think we roll the dice, keep it going with Joyner, and hopefully he plays well, because if not, you can cut him next year, and it only costs $2.5 million against the dead cap hit. So what I want everyone to do that's watching right now is I want you to turn your notifications on, okay? So it'll be under the video. It looks like a bell. You can just click it and turn it on. So the reason why it's important to join the Noti Gang is because you can get push notifications. So when we drop a video, you can get them straight to your phone. However, I do get asked a lot, though, Mitch, I got my notifications turned on. Why isn't it working? Well, maybe it's your cell phone. So what I'm going to do here on today's show is I'm going to tell you how to turn your notifications on, your push notifications on your cell phone. So, Dad, you watching? Go to the Settings app. It looks like the icon that you see on screen. Then you're going to scroll on down and just tap that thing that says YouTube. Once you get to there, you're going to tap Notifications. Once you do that, then you just hit Allow All Notifications. So what does that mean? When I drop a new video, when I go live, it'll come right up on your phone like somebody's sending you a text message. Sound cool? Join the Noti Gang. Let's keep this show moving here. We're going to Dead Star. Do you think we should play Amik at safety? I don't think that we should play Amik Robertson at safety. I think if Amik Robertson is going to play, it is going to end up being at the nickel back. I think Jonathan Abram is a good, strong safety, and I know Randall kind of also is a strong safety as well. But for me, I think when you really look at what Amik Robertson was able to do at Louisiana Tech, oh, wow, yep, you're right. When I look at what Amik Robertson was able to do at Louisiana Tech, it was he had 14 interceptions, and I think he's best suited to be in the nickel role. So I see a comment from producer Dylan/Brett that says that movie quote is from Beer Fest, the one, and you're right, it's not from Super Trooper, it's from Beer Fest, so for me, I'm embarrassed. Joke's on me. I want everyone to start typing L because I'm a major loser and I got my own joke wrong. So that's just part of it. Let's go to Liam. What up, Liam? After this offseason, which position do we still need to add more depth? After this offseason, which position? If I look at the entire roster, I think you could still look at defensive end. The reason why defensive end comes out to me is like, what are we going to get out of Arden Key? If Arden Key plays well, then no, we don't need to. If Arden Key doesn't play well, then, I'd still would like to have another player that we could add there. I'll still say cornerback could be something interesting. I hope, Prince Amukamara, Damon Arnett are able to play well. I hope Isaiah Johnson can step up as well. But we still have some holes on defense and maybe even linebacker. It doesn't hurt to have too much depth. Let's go to Alan Avila. Everyone tell Alan what he needs to do. Mitch, who's your favorite running back pair in the National Football League? So my favorite running back pair in the NFL. Oh, man. Personally, I believe in just kind of going with, I do believe in running back by committee. Y'all kind of put me on the spot here, though. I can't think of my best running back by committee. I'm not going to say the Raiders because I feel like that's just taking the simple way out here. Oh, man, I am drawing an absolute blank. I'm trying to think. I have no idea. I don't want to say the Broncos because they have a lot of good running backs. All right, how about this? I'm not even going to go with duo. I'm going to go with the best running back backfield, which you guys might get mad at me for this. I'm going to go with the 49ers because I think when you have Mostert, you have Coleman. If McKinnon can stay healthy, I do think like the way that they run the football with Shanahan, it does work. So you got me on the spot. You kind of hit me. Oh, wow. Yep, Tom's yelling it. It's probably Browns, Nick Chubb, and Kareem Hunt. All right, let's go to Angus Mather. Yeah, it was bad. We're going to have to cut that. Hey, Mitch, do you think Kolton Miller will be a top 20 tackle in the NFL this year, and do you see him being a Raider for life? So he's set to make $3.6 million, and one of the reasons why I did put Kolton Miller as one of my breakout candidates this upcoming season is he definitely struggled as a rookie. I think when you look at some of the numbers, a lot of that had to do with that he was injured. His second season, he did play a lot better and started to play a little bit better down the stretch. For him to be a top 20 tackle, though, I'm still going to say no because it's not an easy thing to do. Now, he's a very athletic player. John Gruden said that he's actually one of the most athletic players that he's ever seen. It could just be some John Gruden talk in there, but let's say this. Let's get Trent Brown in like the top 10. Let's get Kolton Miller in the top 30, and let's just keep our offensive line healthy. Sound good? Cool. Speaking of being healthy, I want you all to stay healthy. So go to chatsports.com/Raiders Face Shield because for only $24.99, you can get all 3 of these face masks for a limited time. Now, I've shown some other masks on here, and they've been kind of put on delay like July 9th. These, though, you can get as early as July 2nd. So it'll be in the comments. It'll be in the description. I don't know if I really want to have to wear a face mask. However, if it's the only way I can go to Raiders games, if it's the only way I can tailgate, guess what? I might wear all 3 at the same time. And sometimes it's not smart to wear 3 things at once because then, things can break. All right, let's go to this next question. Remember, you can use #Raiders or you can super chat to get your questions here on the Raiders Report. So I see first catches in there. Chris Gang's commenting below. I even see Bruce Willis still on there. So Bruce Willis, we got it. It's Beer Fest, by the way. So we're good. Let's go to Ivan. How much of a leash do you think John Gruden gives Derek Carr if the team starts the season losing and Carr playing bad? I think a lot of times when you see a team make a move, especially as dramatic as switching quarterback, normally it's coming after a bye. So let's just say, hypothetically speaking, the Raiders are just trash the first 5 games. They're like 1-4, 0-5. Offense isn't moving the football, and it's like Derek Carr's fault. I could see them then moving on to a Marcus Mariota maybe, week 7 against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers because we have that week 6 bye. But I don't really see that happening, right? I mean, Derek, I understand we point the finger at him a lot, but he's actually played pretty well underneath Gruden with all the changes that they've had. And now the fact that he's, entering another year in the same system with more talent around him, I think Derek is going to end up playing the entire all 16-game season as our quarterback unless he gets injured. Let's go to Jake. What up, Jake? Appreciate you watching the show, man. What do you expect from Abram after his injury and missing out on almost an entire season? So I know he's been a very common player, and for a lot of people out there that write, Raiders articles, make Raiders videos for being a breakout player, and I can agree with it. The reason why I didn't put him in my breakout players list is because I still feel like he's kind of a rookie, right? He played in only 1 game last year, made 5 tackles, gave up 2 receptions, and I know that he can hit hard. And I know that he wants to hit people hard. But I think Abram does need to be able to play a little bit better in the secondary for him to really take that next step. Now, out of all the rookies, besides probably Klee, I would probably say that I really hope Abram steps up because he's a fan favorite. I know he's a dude in the locker room that everyone loves, so my expectations for him, be a leader, and he might not wear a C on his jersey this year, but it wouldn't surprise me if he wears one next year. Let's go to Chris Gang. Gang. Join the Noti gang, Chris. Mitch, you think Jacobs can break the Raider record 227 yards in a game? Do I think he can break it? Yes. I think he basically needs to be able to break a very, very long run. The reason why I don't know if it's going to happen is, it's hard to be able to predict how him, having that kind of season. So, or him having that type of game. But if he's, at, 220, 222 or something like that, and we're entering the fourth quarter, I hope they give it to him. But also, if he's rushed for 200 yards, I would imagine we're up by a lot of points in that football game. Then maybe arrest him. So, can he do it? Yeah, absolutely. It looks like we got another super chat coming in from Dustin. How many yards you feel Jacobs will get? So, when I did my breakout video, I kind of got bold, right? So, I had that Jacobs could get up to over 1,500 yards. That was my bold prediction on him. I would say I want him to be around 1,500 total yards. So, last season, he had only 160 receiving yards. If we can double that to get up to 300 receiving yards and 1,200 rushing yards with all the other offensive pieces we have, I think that would be very good. So that's kind of how I feel how many yards Jacobs is going to get this upcoming season. So we had a lot of questions come on today's show, and I appreciate all of them that came in. If I didn't get your question, luckily for you, if you're watching this live, there will be another Q&A, so don't go anywhere. But, if I missed your question, you guys can always, hit me up on Instagram. I am at Mitchell Renz 365, and after every single live show, I check my DMs. I answer all the questions because I get it. There's a lot of questions that come on the show. So, some of the people who have already followed me on Instagram, I got Insta Huddy, I got Nestra Aiden, and then Ali Eason _me. So here's some recent followers on IG, and earlier in the month I said I'm going to give some shout outs to some of the people that followed me, and that's kind of what I want to do. I want to show you that I appreciate when people hit me up, give you some love on the Raiders Report, and let's keep growing the family, let's keep growing the show, because I think that's the only way we can grow the Raiders Report, and I'm trying to get 50K by July. Let's go to Alan. I got another question coming in here. How many touchdowns will Darren Waller have? I think you mean technically this year. So last season he had 3. He had 90 catches, I believe 1,145 yards, 3 touchdowns. I think Waller can get around 6, 7 because it's really hard to have 90 catches and only 3 touchdowns. Plus, I expect the Raiders to be in the red zone more, and I expect the Raiders just to have more scoring opportunities. So I'll say 6 or 7 touchdowns for Darren Waller. Let's go to Jose. What up, my man? Do you think we'll have rookie of the year? I think when you look at odds, you're obviously going to look at Henry Ruggs. I also think, Lynn Bowden is up there as well because of all the different ways he can impact you. However, it's going to end up going to a quarterback just because I think that's kind of, the way it goes. So it's probably going to end up going to Joe Burrow because if Josh Jacobs can't win Offensive Rookie of the Year, then no, I don't really think it's going to happen. So if I missed your question, you can DM me on Instagram. I am at Mitchell Renz 365. And remember, hit that subscribe button. I'm trying to get some more subs here on the channel. Raider Nation, what's going on? Is this the #1 Raiders channel on YouTube? For Chucky Heads, believe it, baby. And if you haven't already, subscribe right here. I'm giving you Chucky Heads, news, rumors, Raider Nation rumors. And look at this. I'm making your life easier. Check out my next video. Thanks for watching, and go Raiders.